Hi friends and fans, welcome to Ikaru Getaway. If you're new here, I'm Lena, and if you are returning, welcome back. Today, as part of my 30 Days of Pride, I'm going to color my hair. It's not obviously a new thing. I have been coloring my hair for about 6 years. Also, I'm going to apologize in advance for the potato quality sound. I'm not using my mic because, as I said, today I'm going to color my hair. I tend to refresh my color depending on my mood, depending on why I'm refreshing it. I refresh it for two reasons. Either I'm not in a great mental state or I am in a really good mental state. When I'm in a good mental state, I'll refresh it like once a week, every 2 weeks. I feel the best when it's a bright, beautiful, like navy color. I typically use this brand and this color. It's something that you can find at like the ethnic hair care stores, but mostly the ones that are ran by Korean grandmas. If you've ever been out shopping for beauty supplies, you probably know exactly what I am talking about. I also have been using this color from the same brand. Today I'm going to do something a little bit different. So you can probably kind of see the fact that my hair is, well, 3-tone but 2-tone, because this is my natural color right here, and then it's been bleached from here to the ends. So from here down, this is probably, it was bleached once 2.5 years ago, and then this up here, it was bleached November of 2020. Obviously, being 2020, I could not go to my normal hairdresser, which is actually just a friend of mine. I don't go to the hairdresser, which, you know, it's like if you have a friend who knows what they're doing and actually knows what they're doing, they don't just say they know what they're doing, you'll be, you know, fine. So this is the first time I bleached my hair myself, and it didn't come out completely even, and it didn't come out as light as it normally does. My hair is relatively healthy because I don't bleach it often. Like I said, this part was bleached 2 years ago, and so this part holds the blue a lot better than this part. And I think one of the reasons why is because at the beginning of 2020, like shortly after lockdown, I colored my whole head purple, and the purple canceled out a lot of the yellow undertones that were in my hair, because I've never really, after we bleached it, we went straight to the navy because I put such a dark color on my hair. It doesn't need to be bleached very light. It's always going to be a dark color, but because I don't take out all the yellow, it does turn green, which I mostly accept. But I'm gonna today try out Arctic Fox. I've heard a lot of YouTube hair people using this one, and I only really use semi-permanent color, in part because I believe semi-permanent is like the base of it is conditioner, depending on the brand, I guess, also as well. But also, if I want to change my color, this stuff mostly washes out. Like my hair, if I let it wash for about 6 months, it'll get a very light minty green color. It will never go completely blonde, but that is also in part because I use such dark colors. So today I'm going to use Arctic Fox and my Royal Navy together because I want to make sure I have a lot of blue undertones into this purple, but I'm going to primarily probably use 2 parts Arctic Fox and 1 part Amore. I think that's what the name is. Anyway, I have a bowl of conditioner that I'm using to mix all of these colors into, because Amore is actually a very loose, I don't know if you can hear it moving in there, it's pretty loose. And I like to have my hair color be a little bit thicker because I mostly apply it by hand. And I've never used Arctic Fox, so I don't know if it's going to be as, you know, loose. And the conditioner in general just makes it easier. I'm essentially just doing like a deep conditioning treatment on my hair when I color it, so it always feels absolutely fabulous right afterwards. Don't want to get any of this on me, which is one of the reasons I'm wearing like long sleeves, because it's too hot for that, to be honest. But I have AC, You may or may not be able to hear it. I'm sure you hear the echo though. Anyway, I felt, while I mix this up, I'm just going to talk. Ooh, this is actually a good consistency. The conditioner also helps me stretch the color because my hair is about 3 feet long, is the width of my arm, the length of my arm, and so it really helps me stretch the dye. Okay, that's good enough. Yes, I can understand why people like this. This is a nice thick consistency. Anyway, so hair coloring. There's nothing inherently queer about coloring your hair, but for me, it's something that like helped me become more comfortable in my own skin. Like, oh my gosh, since middle school, I've thought about having navy blue hair. And so once I started coloring my hair, like that's kind of it. I stuck with it. And I never stopped. So sometimes I touch up my color every 2 months, sometimes it's every week, depending on how, you know, I am mentally and such. So if you actually care about doing this evenly, you should section out your hair. So I was gonna pin up my hair and section it. And then I was like, why bother? So I have my dye here with the conditioner, and I just usually mix it up by hand until it's evenly incorporated. And so I should have shown you guys like the difference in the texture between Amore and Arctic Fox. Amore is really loose, so you can kind of see that like the dye has taken a liquid form because I ended up using equal parts Amore to Arctic Fox. And so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to start at the bottom, and typically I would have 2 gloves to do this because it makes it a little bit easier. But I'm just going to run it along through my hair. Okay, I started with recording this and then I stopped recording this because I started to get it on myself and I was able to like wash it off. It's still on my hands though. You can see a few spots, but I stopped to wash it off so I could focus. This is the color that I've ended up with. It's definitely like a nice light purple. It'll come out probably a little bit lighter, but usually it's like 2 shades lighter than what you see on your head, I feel is the general rule of thumb. I've just having the one glove made things extra difficult. So I'm gonna let this process and just sit here for 30 minutes to an hour. I usually just let it sit for an hour. I'll probably put a bag over my head so I can actually do things because I got like that one long strand hanging out, and I've already got a stain on the wall right there. You guys can't see it. Right there. That's my door. That's okay. So I'm gonna bag it up, put it away, and I do have a little bit of dye left over, and what I typically will do with this, you can see how much it's like how liquidy it is. What I will typically do with this is I will put it in a little travel size container for conditioner or shampoo, and I will save this to touch up my hair as I like when I wash it. So I will be back in no time for you guys because I will just cut to that, but it'll have been an hour or the next day for me. Okay friends, it's now the next day. Time for the big reveal. I definitely rushed at the end, so there are some spots that I'm going to go over today or tonight or tomorrow at some point and touch up a little bit better, but I have ended up with this beautiful indigo purple color. Like I mentioned, the shade is always going to end up like 2 tones lighter than what it is in the bowl. You can still tell that it's a little bit darker up here than it is down here, but I'm hoping that going purple will
take out some of the yellow in it. You can see probably, yeah, like right here are the parts that are still a little bit green. But overall, last year around the same time, I also went purple. I ended up going more purple than like indigo purple. But I'm gonna keep this probably for a couple of months before I go back to my navy. So I hope you guys enjoyed that, and I will see you in the next video. I hope you have an amazing time, whether it's morning, afternoon, or night, and thank you guys for coming. Bye!